Hi, this is a little demo of a conversion plugin I made for 3D converting videos. This is much more advanced than the crappy software I've been seeing out there because we're actually going to be basing this whole thing off of a very special plugin that came up by Blaze Plugins recently. This is an AI scanning software. What it does is it actually will come up with a depth map. And I know, I was my mind was just blown the second I saw this, and I'm like, oh, I know exactly what I'm going to do with this. So I decided to create 3D video converting buddy. So if you hit this little button, you'll get a little info dialog. This script is by me. Here's my website, and it does require depth scanner to work. So let's get started. Let's pretend like we did nothing. All we did was drop in our video. We're ready to go. We're like, oh man, I really need to use that plugin. So it's an installable panel, 3D Video Buddy, and it can dock. Sorry, can dock. You can put it on the bottom here, whatever. And we can do that for right now. So what we're actually going to do is we're going to hit this 3D video conversion thing. And this is actually the old version. Whatever. It still does pretty much the same thing. So we have the horizontal version. What's happening is we're having horizontal lines cut through. So if you have every other pixel going through, this will create that version for you for a left and right. This is the left and right side by side in the same size of video. So if you are trying to put this on a TV and it says side by side, this will be your best bet. Also works really well in the Quest big screen thing. I tried it on there. Looks great. Top bottom version, just another option. And then this is with vertical lines. So as you can see here, we're getting some vertical lines showing the separation. We also have anaglyph. So if you have an old school TV, some old 3D glasses, this will do that look for you. Now to control it, I created a control version. So what we see here is we have both the top view and the other, and everything is going to be controlled under the control null. So if we go to the effects under the control null, you can push the foreground in. You see how this is highlighting. We're really just kind of pushing the envelope of what is bright, and that is what's going to be most forward. So it'll kind of do more of a silhouette around that version. And I do suggest just leaving my settings, but if you do have to go through and create, modify, tweak per each one, this is a great way of doing it. So if you want to bring more detail into the background, maybe you have more of a landscape that you're trying to pull in, kind of like this plant. We got a lot of plant life back there, or just dirt, whatever. That will, work well on that. And we also have one for depth. So say you don't need it quite so deep. Or no, we're trying to see how actually this is the one we want to look at. See, what we're doing is we're actually pushing how far off it goes. And see how as I'm moving it, we're getting a little edge bleed right around the edge there. Actually, I have this edge slider fix that'll help reduce that. I mean, you're still going to have some artifacts, so try to be gentle with it. But with this version, you can actually go through and 3D convert, and you won't have as much edge bleed, and it does look really, really amazing once you start looking at this inside there. But that being said, I do think the defaults that I set you with are going to work in 99% of all the situations. So there's really not going to be a whole lot you need to do. You can literally drop a 30-minute TV show, a whole movie in here, and it'll be 90% perfect. You won't have to do anything. But there are going to be a few shots you're going to have to move that little edge fix, or maybe you don't want it quite as deep as they're doing. So I did put these controls in here for that. All right, now say we decided, no, I'm not looking to do any of that. All I really want to do is I have a looking glass. I've spent the money on getting on one of those looking glass features. And you're like, oh man, those things are really cool. They do a holographic display. You know what? We got you covered. Because with this now, you can actually look at you'll have your left, right. And this is called RGBD. This is the top, bottom. Looking glass, left, right. Right, left, right. Top and bottom. And then there's also this other feature called Quilt. Now what it is, it's actually 45 degrees of angle. This is for the Looking Glass. I have the picture. I tried this out a few times. It runs really slow with a video done this way, but it is so much clearer. It gets rid of this triangulation problem that I noticed when using the depth pass right next to the video, because it, like, you start stretching it, you'll start seeing some black holes right through your video. This does not do that. This is actually very, very clean. I've used it a few times. There's no controls to make this any better than it is. This is just a one pass, trying to help you out kind of method. But this is my 3D video buddy, and I hope that you enjoy this. It is free for right now. I might work on it, make it more of a thing. Right now, I don't know, it's not too bad for just doing that. I have created a little, for the version that I'm giving you guys, I'll have this little info button. And information will pop up, and it'll say the script is by me and requires depth scanner to work. And if you use it, oh my gosh, you're gonna be so happy with what you did. And that's all. All right, well, that's it. Peace out.